At the same time, the coal industry has flagged the risk of further losses due to the inefficiencies in South Africa's rail sector. Malan Scholes Attorneys Director Hulme Scholes discusses this with us. A good morning to you, Hulme. Quite problematic and further of a concern has been raised by the broader coal industry in the country. Do paint a picture of how dire the situation is at current day of January 2024.
It's a very dire situation, Tumisang, especially the smaller coal mining companies are actually unable to get their product to port for export because of the Transnet situation. They are stockpiling coal and they can't afford to truck the coal for export. Trucking is much more expensive than train freight, and you know, if you understand the economies of scale, I mean, 400 trucks is equivalent to one train to Richards Bay. So we're seeing a big stockpiling of coal at the moment, and I think that this year we're going to see a lot of retrenchments in the industry because of the inability to export the coal.
Are you saying that the industry's hands are now tied, given that there is hardly any movement?
Well, there is this public-private initiative between Transnet, Freight Rail, and the industry, and hopefully there will be some improvement because, as we know, the new chairperson, Mr. Andile Sanku, is a mining man. He's new at Transnet. He understands that 80% of transport's business comes from the mining industry and that there must be something done radically. Hopefully, we're going to see some improvement. But in the short term, Tumisang, unfortunately, I think we're going to see retrenchments this year, further job losses, until an effective turnaround strategy can be implemented.
You are referencing the possibility of job losses as a negative impact that would follow subsequent to the ongoing challenges that the rail sector is facing. But to what extent can that maybe be challenged as fear-mongering, or is that too harsh of a criticism?
No, we're seeing it already. Tumisang, it's one would hope that it is a concern only, but we are seeing it in our legal practice. We are seeing it because of the inability of smaller coal mining companies and other companies, by the way. It's not doesn't just affect coal. It's ferrochrome, it's manganese, it's all other minerals. They can't make the turnover that they need to make to keep their businesses sustainable because they can't export the product. And they're stockpiling it. If you can't export it, you can't sell it. And that's the problem.
What's to be said about the broader inefficiencies that would come as implications to this crisis?
So what will happen is you have this terrible knock-on effect. You know, the multiplier, Tumisang, in the mining industry is 1 to 7, or sometimes even 1 to 10. So 10 people rely on one mining salary. And if a mine worker gets retrenched, that's 10 people without an income. Communities who benefit from mining, you know, the knock-on effect is quite drastic. And I think these sort of knock-on effects, economic knock-on effects, are what makes the urgency to resolve the Transnet crisis. It exacerbates it. We really need to fix this quickly.
That is Hulme Scholes, the director at the Hulme Scholes Attorneys. They're speaking to us about the coal sector raising their voice of concern with regards to the inefficiencies in the rail sector.